What's up, everybody? It's Stuck in Carbonite, and today I wanted to do my ranking for the top 10 Bayverse designs. So, if you don't know what Bayverse is, these rankings are basically based off of the Michael Bay Transformers movies. Not the most beloved franchise ever, not the most beloved piece of Transformers, but these movies definitely have a special place in my heart. Even though some of them are better than others and some of them aren't that great, I just wanted to go through my list and see what you guys think. Just give me your list down below. Some characters I want to put on here, but I just couldn't. So, anyways, let's get into the list. So, first off, at number 10, we have Lockdown. Absolutely love this character. Loved him in Age of Extinction. I think the robot mode is super menacing, especially with the mask and the fact that his face can turn into like a giant cannon. So cool. I think it's really awesome how he has like I guess you could say the shells on his shoulders. Just the build of him is very, I don't know. It's like lean but bulky at the same time. I don't know. I dig it. I think it looks really cool, and everybody knows he has a super cool alt mode. But I think it's kind of neat because he also has those scratches across his chest. As a bounty hunter, you can tell he's kind of seen some things throughout the years. But yeah, I think it's super cool how he turns into a Lamborghini Aventador. I thought that car was freaking clean. I love that like matte gray with the black. It just, I don't know, looks sinister for a character like him. I thought it suited him very well, and seeing that in the movie was, I don't know, it was a pleasure to see on screen, and I loved every second of it. I'm trying to be unbiased here, but the character really plays into the design for me, if that makes any sense at all. But yeah, that's number 10 is Lockdown. So I guess we'll be headed into my number 9 pick, which is Grimlock, also from Age of Extinction. I am genuinely surprised that I have two characters from Age of Extinction on here, but I think Grimlock was a great design. I think he looks super menacing, especially with the red eyes and the fact that he's just freaking massive. I mean, he's huge. And I thought it was super cool that Optimus was like riding Grimlock into battle, but that's besides the point. I think that, fitting this style that they went with, where it's more intricate designs, a lot of moving parts compared to the G1 kind of blocky style. I don't know. I think they really nailed it with this design. I mean, he's a giant T-Rex, and he's a robot T-Rex. I mean, what is there not to like? So I think he looks super cool, and not to mention, I think the robot mode is freaking awesome as well. He just looks like a total brute. I love like the battle mask, and I love how like the head of the dinosaur, like the T-Rex, like that's his shoulders just split in two. It looks awesome, and I love his weapons. He just looks like I don't know, a big beefy dinosaur gladiator. I don't know. Something about it speaks to me. I know some people don't really like it, but I don't know. I think it was a cool design, and I really appreciate it. So yeah, that'll be my number 9. So going into number 8, I have Ironhide. This one is definitely special for me because the 2007 Transformers movie and Dark of the Moon are probably my favorite from Bayverse, and probably the only ones that are like genuinely good out of all those movies. And I think Ironhide is a big part of it. But besides his character, this is about the design. I think the design of the character is great. He's big, he's beefy, he's tanky, and I love how his, arm cannons are just freaking massive. And they made that a point in the 2007 movie. He's a very imposing figure, and he's like the Autobot tank. I mean, what is there not to love? And I love how he transforms into that big GMC truck. Just looks pretty fire, not gonna lie. And seeing him in Dark of the Moon, I thought was great. I thought they really kind of updated his face, made it look a little bit more realistic. He's got battle scars, and I like that because Ironhide is a warrior, and I like seeing him do warrior things, and that was great. But yeah, Ironhide, man with all the cool guns on the Autobot team. So yeah, that's my number 8. So going into number 7 is probably I don't know, I guess you could say a hot take, but I genuinely like Dorito Starscream. Some people don't like that, but I really do. I think it's just very menacing, and I know I say that a lot, but a lot of these designs are menacing, and I think that this fits Starscream because he's kind of lean, but he's very broad, he's very wide, and that's just to kind of coincide with his alt mode being that F-22 Raptor, and I don't know. Even though Starscream doesn't really shine in these movies much, I think, especially in that '07 movie, he was just freaking awesome. He was a beast. And some people don't like the tattoos. I'm not too crazy about it, but I still think it looks cool. So yeah, in Revenge of the Fallen and Dark of the Moon, he had those Cybertronian tattoos all over him. Look kind of interesting. I mean, he's no longer a robot in disguise at this point, but an odd choice, but I kind of like it. I don't know. I don't know if I'm wrong for that, but I think it's kind of cool. But yeah, that's basically my number 7. It's Starscream. So now we're going to go into my number 6 pick, and that's going to be Bumblebee. I think that the studio really knew they hit a home run when they designed this character, because if you really think about it, when people think of Bumblebee nowadays, do you think they're going to think about the Volkswagen Beetle, or are they going to think about a Camaro? And I think 9 times out of 10, they're going to think about a Camaro if you think about the worldwide impact of, the live action movies. And I'm not saying that to toot their horn or anything, but it's a great design. It's awesome. He looks freaking beast. And his alt mode is a Camaro. Such a great choice. And I love that 2007 Camaro that they chose, especially for that movie. And I loved how each movie after that, they just used the most updated model. So I thought that was cool, and they really changed the colors in some movies. And I love that '67 Camaro in Age of Extinction. I don't know. They really knew what they were doing, and they knew how to sell it. This is like the perfect way to also market a character. But yes, based off design, he is awesome. So yeah, that's number 6. So now we're going into number 5. This is where it gets a little tough for me, but Blackout is my number 5. I am honestly surprised that he made it this high up on the list. But Blackout, for me, I mean, the dude is a beast. Robot mode is absolutely killer. I love how you can tell he turns into a helicopter. And that's one of people's main concerns or main critiques with the Transformers of the live action films, is because they can't tell what they turn into. This guy, he's a helicopter, and he looks freaking sick. He just looks pure evil. Love the mask design, and his weapons, so cool. And can we just talk about his entrance in the 2007 movie? The very first scene of the Transformers movie was just freaking awesome, where he lands at Qatar base and just wipes them all out. I mean, it's just, I don't know, really cool. And I think it's a very underrated design. I mean, I know a lot of people like it, but you don't really hear a lot of people go crazy about Blackout. So yeah, I think he's a crazy cool Transformer, and definitely worthy of the number 5 spot. So number 4, I'm going to cheat a little bit, but I'm doing Dark of the Moon Megatron and Revenge of the Fallen Megatron. And the reason why I put them together is because they're not too far off. They just kind of change alt modes. But yeah, I think Dark of the Moon Megatron, as crazy as it is, he looks super cool with the hood and the cape. I don't know, something about that is speaking to me. Great design. I love the torn face. I mean, and everything about it. Just aura. Aura. It is just awesome. And the reason why I threw the Revenge of the Fallen design on here is because it's one of my personal favorites from the movies. I genuinely think he looked better in this movie than, well, I don't know. The first one had a really great robot mode, but I just love the idea of Megatron being pieced back together, and he's a triple changer. He's a jet and a tank. I mean, I had this poster that you're seeing right now. I had this poster in my room. I love the character so much, and I love that design. And I don't know, maybe I'm biased, but that was always my Megatron, from the movies growing up. So yeah, that's definitely my number 4 spot. Now, number 3, this is where it gets real. I have Shockwave, and I wanted to put him at number 2, but I just couldn't. But Shockwave in Dark of the Moon is probably, actually, no, I'm not even going to say probably. It is the best Decepticon design out of all the movies. He is, I don't know, he's just scary, but he looks so awesome. It has everything. Proportionally, if you really think about it, it's a lot like that G1 Shockwave, but he's just beefier, and I love that. And especially when you pair him up with the Driller, I mean, he just looks so cool. I mean, regardless of, whether it's not, part of your quote-unquote Transformers canon, or whether, that thing never existed, whatever, I don't care. He just looks awesome. I mean, he literally just stands there, and I'm in awe. So, yes, great design, and honestly, a great character. If there was one thing I could add to Dark of the Moon, I wish they would have given Shockwave a super cool voice. Maybe get the same guy who voice acted him in Transformers Prime. I think that would totally fit him. It would be super menacing. Here I go again using menacing, but that guy is just peak design right there. So yeah, number 3, definitely Shockwave. Number 2, I got Sideswipe. And maybe that's a hot take for some people, but I think this design is too clean. That concept Corvette is a beautiful car. That Stingray is awesome. I had a Hot Wheels version of it. I had the original figure Sideswipe. This was one of my favorites. And the fact that this dude has wheels for feet, he's rolling around, he's got the blades. I mean, the design is just too freaking clean. And dude, infinite aura whenever he slices sideways in half. I mean, so cool. Guy looks awesome. I mean, what else can I say, man? Like, it's the movement, the design. It's like all practical. You can tell. Maybe it's just me, but you can tell he can turn into a Corvette, and I like that. Like, I love how you can see the tail lights on his chest. I don't know, something about that. It's just super cool. And he has like the little pistols, you know. I mean, he's always super acrobatic. I mean, love this design. Love it, love it, love it. And he is definitely worthy of the number 2 spot. But number 1, you guys should already know who it is. It is the GOAT, Optimus Prime. I think they knew what they were doing, just like Bumblebee. They knew this would sell. And I love, and I mean absolutely love and adore this robot design. It is, honestly, in my eyes, it's perfect. It's great. I mean, if you grew up watching that 2007 movie, this made you love Transformers. Seeing this design right here. And I hate to say it, but like, it's so 2007. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but like, it just matches. The flames on the truck. I mean, the robot mode, and you can tell he actually turns into a truck. Like, I love that. And it has so many elements, like especially the head and the face mask gives you that, I don't know, just that G1 vibe. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know your list down below, and y'all have a good one. Appreciate it.